How much money has been stolen from government programs in Minnesota? Here's what Minnesota's acting U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson, the lead prosecutor on the majority of these fraud cases, told me in an interview a few months ago.
I said we have 1 billion worth of cases we'll probably charge. I think the total amount of fraud is significantly larger than $1 billion.
Larger than $1 billion total?
That's right.
Multiple billion?
Yes.
So, how does it add up? The Feeding Our Future meal fraud has reached more than $300 million. A jury found Amy Bach, the executive director of Feeding Our Future, guilty under the prosecution's theory that she facilitated the theft of $240 million of taxpayer money as seen on this trial exhibit. In the first trial, the defendants were found guilty of stealing $49 million of meal program money. And here's what most people don't understand. There's another nonprofit just like Feeding Our Future called Partners in Nutrition. $47 million of the stolen money from that first trial was funneled through Partners in Nutrition, not Feeding Our Future. Another guy who pleaded guilty, named Haji Salad, admitted scamming $19 million through Partners in Nutrition. So right there in public court records that anyone, reporter or not, can review, I've shown you $309 million in stolen child nutrition funds. What's the total amount going to be? We don't know yet because not nearly as many suspects stemming from Partners in Nutrition have been charged yet, but those two nonprofits doled out a grand total of $453 million of taxpayer money during the pandemic. It's a matter of what percentage of that was fraudulent. The Minnesota Attorney General's office has charged about $60 million in Medicaid fraud over the last 5 years. But what pushes the total of fraud in Minnesota well over $1 billion are the schemes currently being investigated in programs like housing stabilization, autism services, addiction, and integrated community supports. On these graphs, you can see how these programs exploded into hundreds of millions of dollars of payments. The fraud in housing stabilization was so bad that it paid out $240 million despite only being budgeted originally for $2.6 million per year. And Governor Walz had to completely shut it down. Coming to a final fraud dollar total will be a matter of figuring out what percentage of those program reimbursements were fraudulent. But back to former acting U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson, when he put the total over $1 billion in that interview with me, he said that the autism scam could end up being even bigger than Feeding Our Future. I'm Lou Raguse. Follow for more news.